You ready? Good to go. Good afternoon, Middletown City School District. Marlon Stiles, your proud superintendent. We are coming to you with something special today. We want to reach out to our community now that we are in, week 2, week 3 of remote learning. We want to continue to give our community access to the quality educational experiences we are working to provide students while we are engaging in remote learning. So I want to take just a moment and introduce our special guest today. We want to thank her for joining us. We have one of our very own Middies from Middletown High School. I want to give her a chance to introduce herself.
Hi, my name is Katrina Fugate. I've been teaching in Middletown High School for 10 years now. Right now I'm teaching 10th grade English, and I'm happy to be here.
Ms. Fugate, we are excited to have you here. I've been hearing all about the remote learning experiences you're providing your students in the first couple of weeks of school. We just want to take a moment not only to showcase and highlight all of your hard work, which we greatly appreciate. More importantly, our purpose today is to give our community, our parents, access to a remote learning classroom so you can see firsthand, A, how it's structured, but B, also the experiences that our excellent teachers are providing for students. So, Ms. Fugate, if you are all set, I've got a couple questions for you. I know you've got some unbelievable things to show us today. We're definitely looking forward to digging into your remote learning Schoology course and hearing all about the amazing things that you are doing. Before we do that, can you tell me what would you say is the difference about remote learning now compared to what it was back in the spring? And how does the student experience, how's it been improved?
We've changed things up tremendously. In the spring, it was kind of a shocker for everyone. And we were prepared with technology, but we were not prepared necessarily to help students from home with technology, which is something that you've worked on to make sure everybody has their hotspots and such. But we also were not prepared lesson-wise. And we weren't sure what was going to happen. So that kind of being the unknown, we are now in a situation where we are organized. Our lessons are able to engage the students. We have 100% more communication. And the student-teacher communication has increased exponentially in order for us to make this happen the way that it needs to happen so that learning can take place at home.
Yeah, that preparation is the key. And I would say not just yourself, but the entire staff at Middletown High School, thorough, detailed focus, and really committed to making sure students have engaging activities. And so I'm glad we've got you today to kind of share a little bit about that. I'm going to stop talking here because I want to know, and I'm sure it's on the mind of our parents and community also, how have you been doing with all this? And can you showcase some of your hard work and how you've built your remote learning 2.0 course? Maybe share a little bit about how it's structured. Maybe walk us through a few things inside your Schoology course. I'm sure the parents would like to know.
Absolutely. This is my Schoology page. You'll notice I'm using lots of Bitmojis. I'm doing that on purpose, not just because they're fun, but obviously I'm doing it because I want kids to have a visual reminder of me. And I've actually asked for visual reminders of them, which I'll show you in just a second, that they've showcased through their Bitmoji lockers. In Schoology, the course is set up so that if a student clicks on courses, their schedule will pop up for the day. And we're going to go back into this class. And so this is my Honors English 10 class. Up at the top, I have buttons in place for students for quick links. We do have a classroom website. I call it Room 275. I thought it was important for us to have a classroom, even though we aren't in person, but to have one remotely. So made this. These are the Zoom links, so the students have no issue knowing where to go, especially if they're like just waking up last minute, they know to come here and click on Zoom links. This is an assignments page, which links them every week to their assignments. We have due dates that links them to a calendar, and then we have a button for teacher help. So if students are stuck, there is no reason to worry. They can just click that button and everything will be figured out with the teacher. Coming down here is the paper syllabus. So students are able to click on that if they want to learn more about the class. Right here for students, I have listed our full list of vocabulary for the first quarter. That way students, even though we're only doing so many words per week, it's there for them. And then I have my course organized by week so that students don't get kind of sidetracked or get confused about where to go. So they know with week 1, they are going to come here. There's a link to their assignments, frequently asked questions, as well as the assignments for the first week of learning. Most of their assignments are going to be turned in on Schoology for teachers, and they can do that by just clicking on the assignment itself. I'm going to show you guys a Bitmoji locker here that was turned in. And so this is the teacher's view when the student turns it in, and we actually shared these online during class. And this is Chase, and you can tell that the things that he puts in his locker, obviously, are his hobbies and interests and sports and such.
Like those sunglasses.
Absolutely. He did choose a very snazzy Bitmoji to share with us. All right.
So I chose the soccer ball because I play high school soccer. I play for the high school soccer team. I chose the Ohio State thing because I love Ohio State football. I chose the cereal box because I eat cereal all the time. I chose a little deer picture because I like to go hunting. And I chose an album cover because I like to listen to music.
Okay, what position do you play in soccer?
Usually defense, but I like to play striker too.
Okay, awesome. And it looks like you like Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yes.
A lot, huh? This is our room 275. So, like I said, I wanted to make sure that we had a classroom online. In this instance, I put our goals online. So that the kids know for a week in advance, what we're doing in class. And if they ever get confused or they don't understand why we're doing something, because they're not coming into the room physically every day, they can actually go here to check the week's goals.
If I could just ask a quick question. So if we were face to face and I was in your class, these would be the same goals you would have on the front board behind you. Kids were actually in the classrooms.
Yes, absolutely. Yep. So they're there so that the students know what we're learning, why we're learning it, and just have that reasoning in their mind to solidify what we're doing to make it purposeful. You can see here we have class expectations, behavior expectations about your teacher. We also have the Zoom class links in here in case students start on the website, as well as the class schedule for English and the buttons that they can click. We also have assignment due dates that are linked in here. And honestly, not everybody is going to have this. This is something that I've always wanted to do, and I tried to use remote learning as an opportunity to kind of challenge myself and do something that I had never done before, and kind of get it up and rolling. So, and this is the perfect time because if I've ever needed a class website, it's now. This is due date. If the due dates, if students want to schedule an office hours appointment with me, they can come in here and they can click on one of these and fill it out. And then it will alert me with an email that a student has signed up for office hours in the afternoon. Here are assignment pages. So both of these right now kind of look the same because we're just getting to know each other. But this lists assignments out by day. So we have introduction videos, exit tickets every day that are uploaded actually through Google Classroom because it syncs with Progress Book. I asked students to create a Flipgrid video, and let's just go back.
Bet you had some really good personalities that came out in the Flipgrid videos.
Absolutely. The one thing that has been really surprising to me is the ability to be able to build community and getting to know the kids and how personalities have stood out even online. So I've actually been so happy with that, just because building relationships is the key to any successful classroom. Here's the Bitmoji Locker assignment. I gave them Wednesday's homework, and that was to look through the Flipgrid introductions and to make video comments on their peers' videos. And then we did a classroom scavenger hunt. This was actually something one of my peers came up with, and I just thought it was a really neat assignment. She shared it with the whole English department, and it's basically just asking for the students to practice their technology skills. So do they know how to screenshot? Do they know how to send an email? Basic skills that we're gonna need to be able to make this class successful. And then I asked them to create their first letter to me, in which, as an English teacher, I'm looking to tell me the good, bad, and ugly of their reading and writing histories. So basically, that's how my class is functioning. There's a frequently asked questions menu here, and then there is another link to contact the teacher, where the students would just click a button, and they can click here to email and also to schedule an appointment as well. And we have a class pet. It's a fake dog, but yeah, he's in there.
Yeah, that's excellent. That's excellent. Would you mind going back to your Schoology homepage just real fast, just to reiterate something I thought was very, very well done in the structure of your remote learning class? For parents, as you get into Schoology courses in our 612 room specifically, and even our elementaries also in Google Classroom, just notice the structure and the format. Our staff has done an amazing job trying to make information in a very organized, structured manner so that it's easily accessible. If you take a look at those Bitmoji badges at the very top there, you see how easy it is to find what it is you're looking for. So as you get into the classrooms, please try not to be overwhelmed with the volume of information, because it is a pretty unique experience being in remote in a virtual setting. But as you get into the Schoology course, just think about what it is you're trying to find and look for the tab or the button or the badge that you're looking for that corresponds. Click on it, it'll take you right there. Lots of good information. So I want to get into a couple more questions here. Appreciate you taking time to get us in there. You could be selfish for just a moment. Have a little fun with this. I know we've only been in remote learning for a couple weeks now. Can you share what your best remote learning classroom experience has been so far?
I would definitely say, kind of piggybacking on what I was talking about, building relationships with the kids. I have missed the kids so much. Haven't seen any children since March. And so it's really been being in person in the classes, having them share their Bitmoji lockers, having them share their Flipgrid videos, and then actually comment on other people's Flipgrid videos. That's been really fun about the things they have in common. The kids are able to use their creativity to create these, and to also build relationships with other people in the class. So that's probably been my favorite part so far.
Been in remote learning now for a couple weeks. I know you work super hard at really engaging parents, working with them when you're face to face. You can take just a moment, be really selfish. I know you're very excited to answer this question, but what are some key things that you would recommend to parents that they should be aware of when it comes to their child's remote learning experience?
First of all, I think that parents need to know how much we appreciate their partnership with us. It's a partnership between, not only their students and teachers, but also them. They have to be in the equation for this to be successful. I think it's important to help kids learn to communicate, because they're in a different environment than they've been before. Being on a video with a class kind of makes you feel like you're in a spotlight a little bit. So when you answer a question, you have students surrounding you in a class, but when you're on a Zoom call, it feels a little more like everybody's listening to you. So please teach your child that it's okay if they have the question, then probably there are other people in the class that have the same question as well. And so communication is key. Even if they don't feel comfortable asking at that time, or they haven't gotten comfortable yet, because we're only 2 weeks into school. They can send an email, they can send a message in the Zoom chat, they can message us on Schoology. There's absolutely like a million ways to get a hold of us. I'm right next to my classroom phone, and my that is listed. So you can call me and I will pick up the phone right now. And it's no big deal for you just to call and say, hey, how do I get to this assignment? That's perfectly fine right now, and that is completely expected. The last thing I think I would say is just to get to know classes in Schoology. Like if you are a parent, it would be a good idea maybe to look at their Schoology account and kind of peruse their classes and see how their teachers have them set up. And maybe just ask your child some questions and see if they're understanding everything. And if not, just kind of help them figure it out on their end.
Excellent. That's great advice. I mean, couldn't word it any better. How about closing comments before we close out today? If you could say one thing to your students, what would it be right now?
I miss you. This isn't ideal, but I am proud of you for making the best of the situation. And it's so good anytime you turn something in and I get to see it. And I've never been so excited for grading. So I appreciate you guys, and hope to see you soon.
And I have to, so I don't get in trouble later, because I know Liz is probably right there next to you still. Can you give me a big hashtag Middie Rising?
Hashtag Middie Rising.